They told you that the law of attraction is about thinking positive thoughts. But that's not the whole truth. The real mechanism behind it operates in silence, deep within your brain, your electromagnetic field, and the strange quantum sea that we call reality. In this video, we'll uncover how this law actually works, not as a mystical wish machine, but as a principle of focus, coherence, and vibration. You'll see how your thoughts can literally bend probability, how emotion shapes frequency, and how the universe, like a mirror, responds not to what you want, but to what you are. This is the science behind manifestation, and how to truly master it. Imagine the universe not as empty space, but as a vibrating ocean of energy, a field of infinite frequencies, overlapping, merging, and responding to every subtle signal around them. Now, imagine that you are not separate from it. Your brain, your emotions, your heartbeat, all emit measurable waves. You are a transmitter and receiver, constantly shaping the invisible architecture of reality. Science calls this the electromagnetic field. Ancient mystics called it the aura. Both describe the same truth, that your state of being radiates into the world around you. Every thought produces an electrical impulse. Every emotion generates a magnetic field. Together, they create a broadcast, a vibrational signature that tells the universe who you are and what you believe is possible. In quantum physics, we learn that observation itself alters the outcome of an experiment. When a particle is watched, it behaves differently. The very act of awareness collapses infinite potential into a single reality. This isn't philosophy, it's physics, and it's the scientific backbone of what we call manifestation. Your focus is the observer, your belief, the collapsing force. When your mind is scattered, filled with doubt, fear, and contradiction, your energy becomes chaotic. The frequencies you emit cancel each other out. But when your thoughts, emotions, and actions align, coherence forms. Neuroscientists can measure this as heart-brain synchronization, a state where intention becomes powerful enough to influence not only your physiology, but also the probabilities around you. It's here that the law of attraction begins to operate not as a metaphor, but as a process. Your brain's reticular activating system filters the flood of sensory data you receive every second, allowing you to notice what matches your dominant focus. If you constantly dwell on scarcity, your brain finds evidence of lack. But if you train your mind to expect opportunity, your perception shifts, and so does your experience of reality. This isn't magic, it's mechanics. The brain reinforces whatever frequency it's tuned to. Over time, that frequency reshapes your habits, your confidence, your body language, and your decisions. All the subtle actions that make your external world mirror your internal one. But here's the key that most people miss. You don't attract what you think about once. You attract what you consistently embody. The universe is not listening to your words, it's reading your vibration. If you say you want peace but live in constant tension, the signal you send is chaos. If you speak of abundance but secretly feel unworthy, the field reflects that unworthiness. The law of attraction is not a genie that grants wishes, it's a feedback system that responds to coherence. The moment you begin to align your emotions with your vision, to feel gratitude for what hasn't yet materialized, you begin to broadcast a new frequency. Brainwave studies show that this emotional coherence strengthens neural pathways associated with creativity, problem-solving, and resilience. You literally become more capable of perceiving and acting in ways that match your desired future. In this sense, manifestation isn't about controlling reality. It's about resonating with it. When a tuning fork vibrates, another nearby fork of the same frequency begins to vibrate too, not through force, but through harmony. The universe works the same way. So the real question isn't, how do I make my dreams come true? But rather, how do I become the version of me that already lives them? Because once you do, reality has no choice but to catch up. Every belief you hold vibrates through your body like a silent frequency. Most people think beliefs are ideas, thoughts you agree with, but they're far more than that. A belief is a pattern of energy stored in the nervous system, a loop between thought, emotion, and expectation that programs how you experience reality. Your subconscious mind, operating 95% of the time, doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. To it, emotion equals evidence. If you feel fear, it assumes danger. If you feel gratitude, it assumes abundance. And then it instructs your brain and body to behave accordingly, changing your hormonal balance, your posture, even the tiny micro movements in your facial muscles that influence how others perceive you. That's why mastering the law of attraction begins not with visualization, but with emotional calibration. You cannot receive what you are not tuned to. Imagine trying to pick up a radio signal while your dial is set to static. The message is there, but you'll never hear it. The universe works the same way. The broadcast of abundance, love, or opportunity is constant, but only those who vibrate on the same frequency can decode it. Emotion is the dial. Belief is the programming. Together, they define your signal. Now, modern neuroscience supports this idea in surprising ways. Functional MRI scans show that when a person repeatedly imagines a goal with emotional intensity, the same neural networks activate as if they were living that experience in real time. The brain literally rehearses the future. This phenomenon, called neuroplasticity, means your thoughts physically reshape the architecture of your mind. Over time, repeated emotional focus installs new habits of perception, new defaults that filter the world differently. You start noticing coincidences, lucky moments, or patterns that align with your intentions. But these aren't random. They are the natural outcome of a system finally tuned into coherence. Your reticular activating system, the brain's internal search engine, highlights data that confirms your dominant vibration. The outside world becomes a mirror to your internal evolution. This is why belief is everything. Not because the universe punishes doubt, but because doubt fractures your signal. When you hold two conflicting beliefs, I want to be free, but also, I'm not worthy of success, the frequencies cancel each other out. The result is stagnation, confusion, or constant self-sabotage. To change this, you must reprogram the emotional code behind the belief. Words alone won't do it. The subconscious speaks only the language of feeling. That's why ancient meditation, gratitude practices, and affirmations with deep emotion are so powerful. They bypass the analytical mind and speak directly to the operating system beneath. Each time you feel genuine appreciation for the unseen, for possibilities not yet visible, you create coherence between your heart and brain. Heart rate variability studies show that gratitude and compassion generate measurable electromagnetic harmony in the body. This coherence expands beyond you, influencing the people and environments you interact with. Belief, then, is not blind faith. It's emotional alignment with a chosen reality. To believe in abundance is to vibrate in gratitude before seeing evidence. To believe in healing is to feel peace before the wound closes. This is how the universe reads your signal, not through words, but through frequency. When people talk about raising your vibration, they are describing a real neurological process. The elevation of emotional and physiological states into coherence. You can't fake it, you can't manipulate it, you become it. And once you do, resonance takes over. Events, people, and opportunities matching your frequency begin to appear, not by luck, but by synchronization. At that point, the law of attraction is no longer a theory. It becomes a felt reality, the feedback loop between consciousness and creation. There is a point where the law of attraction stops being something you practice and starts becoming something you are. At first, you repeat affirmations, visualize goals, and force yourself to think positive. But the real mastery begins when the outer techniques dissolve, when your state of being itself becomes the signal. Every moment, the energy you emit announces your identity to the universe. Not the one written on paper, but the one vibrating in your cells. The person who believes life is difficult radiates tension. The person who trusts in synchronicity radiates flow. Both are right, and because both create evidence to confirm what they already believe. This is why transformation always begins within. To become the frequency of abundance, You must first dissolve the emotional memory of scarcity. To become the frequency of love, you must release the echoes of rejection still stored in your nervous system. Neuroscience now confirms what mystics have always known: the body keeps score. Each emotion leaves a trace: biochemical fingerprints, postural habits, micro-patterns in breath and movement. These are the anchors of your vibration. Until they change, your signal remains the same, no matter how many affirmations you repeat. True alignment means rewriting the body's memory. Meditation, breathwork, and intentional stillness are not rituals of escape. They are tools of recalibration. When the brain enters alpha and theta states, the analytical mind softens. The walls of old identity become transparent, and new emotional signatures can take root. In that state, you can begin to feel your desired reality as if it were already true. This feeling, not the thought, not the hope, but the genuine sensation, is the key that opens the door between imagination and matter. Quantum physicists describe the universe as a field of infinite probabilities. Every possibility already exists, waiting for consciousness to select one. Emotion is the selection mechanism. The stronger and more coherent the emotion, the faster the probability collapses into your reality. So the practice becomes simple, but not easy. You must live in the emotional vibration of what you desire before it appears, to act as if you already are that version of yourself, to think, speak, and decide from the timeline you wish to occupy. This isn't delusion, it's resonance. When you align thought, emotion, and behavior into a single coherent frequency, the field responds. Synchronicities multiply. Unexpected opportunities appear. People show up at the perfect time. And because you are already tuned to the feeling of it, you recognize them instantly. But here's the subtle secret. The more you try to manifest, the more you affirm that you don't yet have it. Effort carries the vibration of lack. Trust carries the vibration of completion. Mastery, therefore, is surrender, not to fate, but to frequency. You release the need to control outcomes and focus instead on being the energy that would naturally create them. When your heart feels the joy of a future not yet visible, and your mind stops questioning it, the bridge is built. Reality must follow. This is why ancient traditions spoke of faith not as belief in the unseen, but as knowing the unseen so deeply that it becomes inevitable. You no longer chase the dream, you emit it, and the universe, in perfect symmetry, arranges itself around your new vibration. So in the end, mastering the law of attraction is not about attracting anything at all. It's about remembering that you are already the source. In the end, the law of attraction was never about wishing, nor about convincing the universe to give you what you want. It was always about remembering what you already are, a field of consciousness capable of shaping reality through vibration, coherence, and belief. When you finally understand this, the chase ends. You stop begging reality to change and instead begin to tune yourself into the frequency that already holds what you've been searching for. And as your frequency changes, so does your world, effortlessly, silently, naturally. Every thought you think is a signal. Every emotion you hold is a command. And every moment of awareness is a chance to realign your broadcast. The real mastery is not found in controlling your external life, but in refining your internal one, in cultivating emotional coherence, gratitude without condition, and presence without resistance. That is where the quantum field listens. That is where creation happens. So if you want to master the law of attraction, stop chasing the outcome. Instead, become the vibration of the outcome. Live from it, speak from it, feel from it. And soon you'll notice that reality begins to move differently around you. People will appear who match your new frequency. Doors will open that logic can't explain. And the old world, the one built from fear, doubt, and separation, will quietly dissolve behind you. Because when your inner world aligns, your outer world obeys. This isn't magic. It's resonance, and it's available to anyone who dares to embody it. Now take a breath. Close your eyes. And for just a few seconds, feel what it's like to already have everything you've ever wanted. Let that feeling become your new baseline, your new vibration, because the universe isn't waiting to be convinced. It's waiting for you to remember. If this message resonated with you, share it, not just by clicking like, but by living it. Every action you take from alignment adds another note to the collective frequency of awakening. Subscribe, so that together we can continue exploring the science behind consciousness, vibration, and the unseen forces that shape our universe.